I'm going to smash on battleships right now.
Right, okay.
It's going to be so easy. Bearing in mind we had a pre-game and absolutely obliterated you.
So we did a little trial because I was like, let's see how this game works. It's just a shitty little free online thing we found. So I was like, let's just see how it works. And
she didn't hit one of mine.
I didn't hit one.
The thing is, though, I know in her mind she's skeptical. She thinks I've looked and cheated because she's got her screen sharing on so that we can capture the video, like the picture for you guys. So I think she still thinks I'm skeptical. But I've pressed play. Have you pressed play?
No, I will do that now.
Oh, da-da-da. Oh. Oh! You got one off the rip this time. Okay.
Oh, I'm smashing you now.
What's happening?
Oh.
What?
Where's this one going?
What is happening here? Something's happening that I don't know about. Wait, what? What is happening?
Just look, bro.
What is happening?
How many have you got left?
One. Wow. Wow.
I win.
Oh, the flipping out. That was quick. That was quick. Okay, let's do one more. That's bullshit, that.
Come on, then. Oh, no, wait. I didn't move my shit. Wait.
You can still do it until I press play.
I need to send you a new link. Hold up. Oh, wait. Maybe I don't. Where are all your ships?
I did. Oh, that's a big one as well. Oh, I've got to be close.
Fuck.
Oh.
Where can the others be? There's two of them that are 4 squares.
Trying to narrow down the 4 squares.
Where else can it be? That's what I'm trying to do. Oh.
Come on. What the hell?
Right, so now it's just the 2 square one, which is...
Could be anywhere.
Yeah.
There's your 2 square. Well, we've got left 2 3 squares. Oh no! No!
I'm just good at this.
That is good. No, go again.
Do you know what this is? The Monopoly Go pickaxe game, right? So you have like axes and a grid, and you have like different treasures that are hidden in it.
Yeah.
And you have to like use your pickaxes. And some of them will be like 4 across long, and some of them will be like 6 squares, but they're like in sets of 2 or whatever. I'm playing it like the way I play that.
That's how you're playing it. Oh.
Oh, as it.
Oh.
Bullshit. Someone's cheating.
Off the rip. Says you. No, you're lying.
I can't see your screen.
Well, yeah, but I'm not looking. Oh.
God, where the hell are your ships?
Oh. Oh, you hadn't even hit one yet.
All right. We're working on it.
Where's the big one of yours? The big 4 square. Oh, that might be him there.
This is some bullshit.
Oh, there's the 4 square. Oh.
Where the hell have you put yours?
Been strategic.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Oh, let's go.
Happy about this.
Well, what have we got left? A 3 square. Oh,
no way.
Yes. Go on, I'll give you a chance of redemption.
Oh my god, I was literally around the edges of that one in the middle.
He was the whole time.
I was like 1 square away from all of them. Ugh. Right.
Okay. Always in the middle.
As if.
Always in the middle. You've always got to go in the middle. First hit, always got to be in the middle. Got to always go in the middle. Oh, you've gone for the corner. Dirty trick that, look. I seen you. I knew what you were doing there. Dirty trick going in the corners.
You got none of yours in the corner, wow.
No, I know how to play that game. Oh.
Nah, you're cheating, bro.
Oh.
You got pissed on twice and we're like, nah, no more.
Man, I'm playing fair and square in my life. There. Yeah, okay. Oh. That one over there. There's another one there. There. What am I missing? There's a 4 and a 5.
Yep.
Your 5's got to be on here. Gotta be. Only place it could be. Oh, that's your 4. Where's the 5 then? It can only be on here. It can't be anywhere else. Gotta be. Gotta be.
Bro.
Do you want to have one more game or are you going to give up?
Well, it's 2-2, isn't it? We've got to.
2-2.
Got to do a decider.
Okay. Let's do that.
I may have fucked up here.
So I always go for the same square in the middle.
I wasn't there this time.
Oh! Oh, there we go. Oh, no. There we go, that's 1. I reckon you've gone around all the edges.
This is stressing me out. Oh.
You've got one. God, I've got to be close to a few here. There we go. Oh, you bastard. Oh. Oh!
No way.
Well, I've got left a 3. Where could a 3 go? Right, let's just
Could be in a lot
eliminate
of places.
that square. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's so close. I've left all this row up here. Oh! No, you couldn't.
No, you've got it.
Oh, there we go. You put them all dead close to each other. I didn't think you'd do that. Can you see where mine is at the end of the game?
Yeah. Right, fuck that game.
He had enough of the game now.
Yeah, screw that game.
I've closed it down now. So it looks like you got beat fair and square, if I'm completely honest with you. Sounds like...
I mean, you could see my screen, so...
Okay. Next time we'll do Scribblio and we'll do my screen then. Not a problem.
Okay.
Scribblio is great with about 5 different people, especially when someone just draws a giant penis. Because that's how it always starts, with a giant penis, and then someone makes it into something. Because they're like, that's how this game should go. It should start with a giant penis and then move on from there.
Well, one of my friends, he just draws a golf course on every single one, right?
A golf course?
A golf course.
Okay.
And then he'll draw what the actual picture is on the golf course. So you have to wait for him to draw the entire golf course first, and you're like, bro, come on. Like, really?
Who did we play with last time? And there was some of them that was so bad. So bad. And then I couldn't spell for shit. So I was putting it in. And then you was like, where's you spelling it wrong? And I'm like, this
whenever
ain't
I play
fair.
with like you, Erin, Tom, like there's a few people who just can't spell it. They know what it is, but they can't spell it.
Yeah, every
That's
time.
great.
And I'm like, wow, I don't even get the win because I knew what it was. Oh, and it hurts me so much. It makes me feel upset. But the golf course thing's a great idea. I wish I drew a golf course every single time I did it.
I'm really glad you don't.
I wish I did. It would be a great idea.
It's because I think the first time we played, he got like golf cart or something as his picture that he
Yeah.
had to draw. So he just drew like green, blue for the sky, a little like black hole with a flag. So we're like golf hole, golf ball, like all these different things. And then he just drew a little shitty car. We're like,
Yeah.
golf cart, okay. And then, yeah, he just kept drawing that every time. We're like, well, it's not golf cart again. So what is it? Like, but he'll draw that. And then he'll, like, if the word's night, for example, he'll draw his normal golf course, green
Just
grass,
at
blue
night.
sky. And then right at the end, it gets like the black and just puts it over the sky. And we're like, why?
I like it. I like the touches. I like the finishing touch that he just puts on there to make sure every single time it's just perfect. Perfect. Oh dear, Ellie. Doesn't it feel like we're getting old all way too quick?
Oh my God, yes.
Like, we're into this year now, and as we speak on the day of recording, we're 20 days in nearly to into January, and it feels like it's going way too quick. I can remember our conversation on the way back on the 1st of January when I was driving back from Butlins.
Was that when your headlights weren't working or something?
Yeah, it was doing my head in. Kept getting flashed by everyone.
Wes rang me, was like, I keep getting flashed and I'm in my mum's car, so I don't know how to dip the headlights. Me, who knows nothing about cars, is sat there on Google, like, how to dip headlights in whatever car it is.
Mazda.
And I'm like, it says online that automatic, like, it should automatically do it. I don't know. Like, I'd know nothing about cars. Probably
Everyone's
the
getting
worst
pissed off
person
'cause
you
I'm
could have
full
rang at that
beaming 'em.
time.
Everyone thinks I'm full beaming them and is getting pissed off. And I'm just like, well, I can't do anything about it. What do you want me to do? Can't help these things, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. So that was an eventful experience. But yeah, this month it's just going by way too quick. And it feels like we're in December the other day. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long since Christmas. Feels like it was just Christmas yesterday. And then now we're nearly 1 month into 2024.
I just can't wait for the summer.
Do you reckon 2024 is going to be a better year than 2023?
See, most years I'm like, oh, I hope it's better. Last year, I have to say, wasn't too bad for me. It wasn't too bad of a year. It wasn't great. Nothing really amazing happened other than starting the podcast. Yeah, that was a high point. But there was nothing really bad that happened that year. So I'm like, I mean, there's been a few things like in personal life that haven't been so great. But I don't know. I'd be quite happy with a similar year.
My question is, did we ever explain how the podcast even started? I don't even think we did in our first episode, did we?
I think I kind of breezed over it, but not fully, no.
So I can tell you from my accounts what it was like for me.
It's going to be two very different stories here.
It probably is. It's going to be very, very different, but it's always good to see it from both sides. From my side, I wanted to do a podcast for a long time because all I do is chat shit 24/7. And I really enjoyed streaming. Loved streaming, and I loved playing like Call of Duty and things like that. But the problem with streaming was you don't really talk to people other than the people that you're playing with, and all the aim is, well, what it felt from my side was I've just got to play good all of the time. And if I wasn't playing good, or for whatever reason I was having a bad day at the game, I just kind of thought, flipping out, what a wasted stream. But that's not really what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be sat talking to people, chatting ramble, so on and so on and so forth, all that shit. So I can remember having a conversation and Ellie was in the chat and was having a call about it. And I was kind of like, I want to do a podcast. I really do. So we got into the conversation about talking about podcasts and why we would like to do podcasts. A few people said they wouldn't mind doing one. And then I was like, went away from that conversation, was like, I really want to do a podcast. The next day, I think, pretty sure I just rang Ellie and went, Ellie, right, so we started a podcast.
So my side of the story is a bit different. Carry on, we'll get to mine.
Like, we're doing a podcast. And let's just kind of do it. I don't know what to call it. What should we call it? And then we sat there in a call, like putting everything together. And it kind of just worked out. Was like, what name should we call it? We sat there for ages, Googling names, thinking of things, thinking of logos, thinking of what it would be about, so on and so forth. And then we kind of just went, right, we're going to start recording in a week. And we did. And it kind of just went from there. That's like my recollection of us starting the podcast.
Okay, my recollection. So it was a Sunday. Me and my partner drove out to meet Wes and Bill, who you guys may remember from another episode.
I forgot this bit.
He came on and spoke about all the vaping stuff a couple of months back. Went for a meal with them. And we sat outside. It was in the summer. We sat outside after we finished eating. And I can't remember how we got into the topic, but Wes basically started saying about how him and Bill had wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But because of Bill's like time commitments and everything, it wasn't something that they could do. And I was like, I would love to start one. I've thought about it for years, but I never wanted to do it on my own. And I never knew anyone else who wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what I'd talk about. Like, I just don't really think it's for me.
I forgot about the meal.
And so we were just chatting about this. And again, I come from a streaming background with gaming. And like what Wes was saying, you're not really talking to people. Like, people come in, you chat and talk. But most of your actual main conversation happens with the people you're gaming with. People in chat, it's more like, thanks for the follow, how you doing? trying to engage a chat like that in a live, it can be very difficult.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't really do gaming streams anymore, I loved doing it. I love the community and seeing like regulars come in your chat. It makes you feel great. I used to love it. But I always it made me feel like gaming was more of a chore because you had to game because you had to do your stream, even if you didn't feel like gaming that night. Whereas gaming for me is I wind down in the evening, I hang out with my friends and I play a game. And it just became a chore and I didn't enjoy gaming as much. So anyway, this was on the Sunday, right? Had this conversation with Wes. On the Monday night, I think we'd all been playing COD or something. It was me, Wes, Bill, and one of our other friends, Dill, in a call. And it was like, what, 1, 2 in the morning when we came off the game?
It wasn't late at night.
And I said, I was like, right, I'm going to go to bed soon, guys. And they're like, no, stay. I don't know, we're all having fun, whatever. So I'm like, right, I'm going to go get my makeup off and get ready for bed. I might come back, I might not. We'll see how it goes. Went off, got my makeup off, came back to the call. These 3 are still there. And Wes goes, Ellie, we're starting a podcast. I thought he meant him and Bill. So I'm like, oh, that's wicked. Cool, nice one. Yeah, cool. When's it starting? Right, so we're going to go live on Thursday on Kick. And we're going to do this and blah, blah, blah. We need a name. Think of a name. So I'm sat there thinking of all these names, right? And Wes's gamer name is Sleepyhead010. So I was like, what about like the Sleepy Corner? And then we were like, no, because that could be, it sounds kind of like you're going to be reading bedtime stories or something.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I can remember that.
Doesn't really reflect on his vibe as much. So I'm thinking of names based around him and his name. And then I can't remember what you said, but you said something that basically hinted at me doing the podcast. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, me and you, we're doing it. We're going live on Thursday, Ellie, think. And I'm like, shit, okay. Like, it's 3 in the morning. I've just been thrown in the deep end. We're doing a podcast. It's Monday. We're doing it on Thursday. Like, get your shit in gear, you know? I'm like, oh, right, okay, cool. So, coming up with names, I'm trying to think of other ones that we came up with.
Loads.
There was a lot before we got to what this time.
Yeah, the problem was everything that we kept thinking of, we always kept trying to put with Sleepy, which never then always made it sound either boring or tired or something you listen to at night to calm you down. And all them type of things, they weren't just clicking.
Well, then we started coming up with ones like more chatty ones. So it was like, I think one of the ones that we kind of toyed with the idea was Sleepy Talks. But again, that sounded very nightimey.
Yeah.
Sleep, not really a vibey podcast.
We started coming up with stuff which then other people had as podcast titles.
Yeah, we came up with loads. There was one that I loved. I can't remember what it was. But there was like 5 other podcasts with it, which isn't an issue. They weren't big podcasts, so we wouldn't have been in any sort of legal trouble for taking it. But it's just, it stops people from being able to find you. You search that name and 5 others come up, and we didn't want that.
Yeah, wanted something different.
And I think, was it you who came up with what this time? It wasn't me, I know that much.
Yeah, because I just said, well, what happens if we do what this time? Like, what this time on the podcast, or what this time we're going to talk about, and things like that. And it was always, so Wes, what this time? That's the aim of what we kept going through in our minds.
We had not a script as such, but when we first started doing this, I feel like our episodes were a lot more structured. I was definitely a lot more paranoid at the start. How are we going to start it? How are we going to get going? Whereas now, Wes is just like, hit record. We know what we're going to be talking about, but it's like when it comes to actually just starting it up and naturally talking, we'll just do it. Yeah. Whereas at the start, it was like, well, do I have to ask you what this time? And I think the first few episodes, I actually did that.
Yeah, if you go back to like probably the first 2, maybe.
I know I did on the live, and it took us ages to be like, how can we do this naturally? Where I go, so Wes, what this time? And I used to hate doing it. I hated it because I was like, it reminded me of like, you know, iCarly?
Yeah.
You know how they sort of go back and forth and it's very scripted, but they kind of cut into each other's sentences and
Yeah.
It felt very much like that, very cheesy. And I used to hate doing it because I couldn't find a natural way to be like, so where's what this time?
And to be fair, that's kind of where it all kickstarted. And we was like, to be fair, we're always trying to find a way, and you as viewers will only see this bit by bit, and you'll see it episode by episode, slightly change here and there, even down to like a microphone stand. We're trying to always better the podcast in different ways. Like behind the scenes, the amount of different programs we've tried using and looking into, and finding out which records better, which helps produce what we want to put out to you. There's so many to pick from, and there's so many to choose from. We were like, we didn't know where to go. We've trial tested so much stuff. It's crazy, really.
Well, I think it kind of helped us and also didn't help us because we both come from streaming backgrounds. I think that helps us because we know the basics of getting decent audio from a microphone and how to set up your webcam and things like that. And more like the recording side of stuff. The lives especially, we know what we're doing there. But when it came to the YouTube side of things, I think we were both very new to it. And I think we went in with the idea of, you know, we're used to streaming, we know what we're doing, without realising how different streaming and podcasting actually is.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Two very different things.
Yeah. Different
and I think
audiences.
We went in
well.
with probably a bit more confidence than we should have. In a good way, but we went in like, yeah, we know what we're doing. We don't need to like prepare. We can do the live on Thursday. And then I was like, you know, I think we should do YouTube videos as well.
Yeah.
Because that gives people a bit more of a listen on the go kind of thing. Can listen to it whenever they want. They've not got to be there at a set time on a set day. We should look into that.
Yeah.
We played around with the idea of Spotify for a while. But I think that one kind of hit a brick wall when we realised that Spotify for podcasts seems like a great idea, mainly in America. They have a lot more options open to them. Yeah,
they even have their own softwares in America for Spotify. They don't even allow you to use them here. It's like brick walled, so you can't.
So
use
we decided
them the
YouTube
same way.
was the best one, but I think coming into podcasting completely new with this kind of confidence of, hey, we know what we're doing, we do streaming, we know how to record and do a video.
Yeah.
And then just being thrown in, you're like, wait, shit, no, this is completely different.
Yeah, and it's also the talking topics as well. Like, I mean, you could talk for England about anything. Super easy for us. And it's also that, believe it or not, we've got absolutely loads of ideas. It's just hard to then relay the ideas to you guys in the same way. So we've been trying for such a long time. For example, we've tried doing this gaming one, which we're really interested in doing, of where we're playing, not like a bit like how we were at the beginning of the episode, playing like little games and stuff, and showing you how we react as natural people to give you a bit more of our personalities and show us how we are as people. But relaying that to you guys isn't as easy as what we'd like to make it. Some talking points we've got to save for not necessarily certain types of people, but certain types of episodes that come up on the right time. Some are good to have with some of the people that we're getting on. So we've got to blend it with them people, and we're trying to obviously mix and match everything to make good episodes. It's also the other thing.
Yeah. I think with the talking points as well, it's me and you, like you say, we could talk for hours and just chat shit forever and just go on and on and on. But the thing is, what me and Wes will talk about and what we find interesting isn't necessarily what you guys will want to sit and listen to two people talking about.
Yeah.
So it's finding stuff as well that people want to hear, people want to listen to.
I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. Because we want to make it interesting for you guys. So it's finding topics that everyone will kind of want to listen to. It's not a targeted audience. And this is, again, the thing that's very different from streaming. If someone's watching you stream a game, they've purposely clicked on your stream because they're playing a game that they're interested in.
Call of Duty, Valorant,
Yeah.
Fortnite.
If you're a COD player, you will most likely watch COD streamers. If you play Rocket League, you'll watch Rocket League streamers. So talking about that one topic is fine because your viewers are there knowing what they're going to get. Whereas if me and Wes do an entire episode talking about COD, I know you guys have heard us talk about it in the past, but we try and keep it a bit shorter. If we did an entire episode talking about COD, 75% of you guys probably never played it, don't really care, don't want to hear it. So it's finding things that kind of got something for everyone. As much as we want to touch on a lot of topics, and some people might not be interested in some episodes as much as they are other ones, it's kind of having something for everyone and not just me and Wes chatting shit between the two of us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that as well. I do get that as well. So that's kind of obviously how the podcast started and where it all came from, and how we imagine it to what we can do with it today. And obviously it will keep growing and growing and growing until it's the finished product, which it will never be. It will never, ever, ever be the finished product because there isn't a finished product ever. We can obviously only make it the best that we can and reach the milestones that we're trying to hit. It will never be the perfect product. Even the world's biggest podcast isn't the finished product. They're always trying to better themselves and be the best that they can be. And that's like kind of what we're doing step by step. And we're getting there. The audio's better. The camera quality's now starting to get a lot better, as well as everything else that's attached with it.
Wes is finally, after 7 or 8 months, however long it's been, figured out to light his face well so that he's not just purple everywhere. That has taken a lot of me nagging him, which I'm sure he's got pretty sick of by now, which is probably why he's done it.
I've done it. It's done. And I got the microphone mic, as asked. That's done as well.
Yeah, so, a lot of this podcast is just me nagging Wes and Wes getting annoyed with me. But it's fine.
I can't complain because she does all the editing, which is the hardest job of the podcast, I won't lie to you. Anyone can sit down and have the chat. Trust me, I couldn't do the editing bit. So that's a complete other side of it, and it is difficult. Anybody who does any video editing out there will understand that it's not as simple as it is, making sure that everything's edited correctly and in the right places at the right times. And especially when they're like Ellie, and it has to be perfect to the littlest touch.
But this again is like, it's coming from streaming. You click that go live button and anything that happens is broadcast out to whoever's watching. If you fuck up, you fuck up. And it's fine because it's, when you're live and when you're streaming, especially with games, it's more of a community thing. You're hanging out with the people in your chat. You are putting on a show and it is an entertainment purpose, but you're also just kind of hanging out with friends.
Yeah. You are hanging out with friends. That's in theory what you are doing. There's
no editing. You press that live button, you stream for as long as you want to stream for, and then you end it. And that's it. That video is then there for 30 days. People who were there on the live were obviously there. With this, there's a lot that goes into it. And considering there's not an awful lot of editing that needs to be done, how long it takes, it's editing out things like, I say the word like way too much and it pisses me off. I don't notice I'm doing it until I come to edit. So I edit them out quite a bit. But then sometimes it makes it look like the video's jumped because I've edited it out, but it's taken out too much either side of the word. So it's getting that perfect. Wes loves to mid-sentence just go,
So she takes them out.
I take a lot of them out. I keep ones in that sound natural.
Yeah.
But when you do it 5 times in one sentence, I edit 4 of them out.
I can be terrible for it, especially when I'm thinking. And I did that a lot on the last episode that we just recorded. That was just recorded. So I know that there's definitely, she's thinking earlier, she was going, why is he going, now he's just going to take me that editing bit out, edit that out.
But it's things like the cameras as well. So obviously when one of us is doing a big chunk of talking, I like to have the focus on them.
Yeah.
when it's both of us kind of saying little bits one after the other, I'll leave both cameras on the screen. And you guys see that and you probably don't notice that it's really happening. But to edit that, it takes so long.
Yeah.
So long.
So long. But this is like a behind the scenes of What This Time podcast, where we've come from and the behind the scenes look at what we have to do on a daily basis.
But I mean, our intro video, so that first night when we were with Bill and Dill, it's so hard to say Bill and Dill.
Bill and Dill. The flower pot man.
So Dill made this video. I don't even know how he did it. He whipped that one up so fast.
It was quick.
And we love it. I think the music is perfect. So originally we went with a bit of a black and white theme because we wanted sort of simplistic things that were easy to kind of edit and keep in a theme. So, you know, I can do Photoshop to a basic level. I thought black and white, it's anything can kind of go with it. You can add a bit of colour in if you want. But when we're making like Instagram posts or headers for YouTube or Twitter or whatever, black and white is very basic. It's very easy to work with.
Yeah.
So I think we went for that initially. And then Bill came up with the logo that we first had.
Yep.
And then I think as we just started going a bit more, we were like, we feel like we need something that catches the eye a bit more.
Something proper.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I know our logo is not exactly new anymore. You guys have all seen it already.
Yeah.
But that's when we came up with the idea of having something a bit brighter. We wanted kind of a neon theme. But we noticed neon was kind of overdone with podcast logos. A lot of them are just a podcast mic on a neon sign kind of thing.
Yeah.
We liked the idea, but we were like, we want to be a bit different. So went to someone that I know of from back when I was doing modelling. He's a photographer. Didn't know he made logos until I saw him post one on his Facebook. And I was like, hold up, you make logos? What? Like, we need one. Contacted him. He came up with the logo that we now have, which we love. I've got slightly better at Photoshop, so I can now work a bit better with the neon theme. When we got the logo and I was like, I need to make a header and everything that kind of fits with it now. I sat on YouTube, like how to make things neon on Photoshop and just spent hours learning it. And now I can do it. So obviously when we put stuff out to you guys, if we put anything on Instagram or the YouTube thumbnails even, I can make them neon now.
And that's all done through the hard work and the research that Ellie has put in to make sure that all that stuff happens. And it's the little things that make a big difference. Even the logo. The logo is me and Ellie in the What This Time podcast. You know, everything is put together to be as professional and as good as possible. And the thing is, me and Ellie was doing it all on like a trialish basis to see what we thought and to make sure it's right. And then as soon as it was right, we knew pretty much straight away we enjoyed doing what we're doing. And it's the reason we're still doing it now. We're putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort into this. Like everybody else, even people who stream, they stream for 4 or 5 hours a night, 3 days, 4 days a week. But if they're not streaming, they'll still play them 3-4 hours a night with their friends, playing either Call of Duty or anything what they stream anyway. So, in theory, they're not taking really any time out of their normal day to produce content. You know, they're just recording what they would normally do. Whereas what me and Ellie are doing is we're still playing games with our friends. We're still doing everything everybody else would. But during our days off and the downtime that we have, we're spending it, in theory, with you guys, making the content.
Podcast all the time.
Making podcast all the time. Like,
I think a lot of streamers do a lot in the background with like networking and things like that, making the stream better, getting emotes. But again, that's almost like a dedicated time. Like they might spend a week where they have not as many streams because they're doing some like revamping.
Yeah.
They're getting a new intro thing done or whatever. But yeah, like the bulk of it is just you hit that live button. I know there's a lot more that goes on in the background. Any streamers don't come for me. I know you put work in behind the scenes. But
they come.
And again, I think that's what we thought from going from streaming to podcasting, it's a similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's
it's not.
So much that has to go into it. Like, you guys don't see it all, even to the point of like a weekly routine schedule for me. And let's base it off the past couple of weeks. So the past couple of weeks has been, I work 5 days a week. I work Saturday through till Wednesday. I have Thursday, Friday off. On a Tuesday night, after I finish work, I drive home as quick as I can at lightning speed. Go to the toilet, get changed. I'm in front of this camera, ready to record at 8 o'clock. I finish work at 7 o'clock. It takes me roughly half an hour to get home. So I'm in front of this camera with Ellie for 8 o'clock. We are then recording podcasts for you guys. On a Thursday, we will record the podcast. On Friday, we will try and record a podcast episode, if not even 2 podcast episodes. So we try and put everything that we can, any spare time that we've got, into the podcast that we have free and available. And it is literally like to make the best content for you guys and to give you that insight of how much effort we put into it and kind of explain what we have to do from our side to make it happen, so that you can kind of understand why, one, we definitely needed a break over Christmas. 100%. That was definitely needed, so that we could prepare ourselves in the right way to make sure that we don't miss an episode in the future, and to make sure that everything comes out to you. Because if one of those days I'm late from work, Ellie's asleep in the morning on a Thursday, or she's got something planned with a partner, or I'm on holiday, or I've got to nip into work, or vice versa, that ruins the episode for the week. And we kind of don't want it to be like that anymore. Hence the reason there's probably going to be a lot more pre-recording coming to you. And as we said probably on the first episode back, if there's a topic that might seem that was in the news about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that's why we're discussing it now.
We actually recorded it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything like big that happens, so I think our aim here is to have 4 episodes sort of done, so that on a Sunday, all I've got to do is upload it. It was edited 2 weeks ago. It's ready to go. If there's anything that comes up in the news or something that's big on Twitter or whatever in the world that's really relevant, and we're like, we need to talk about this, there's nothing to stop us putting that episode out before one of the others that we've already got, if we think it needs to be talked about as soon as. But I think a lot of what we do here isn't really that. We talk about such a wide variety of things. It doesn't really matter what order they come out in.
Nope.
But if there is something that is really relevant, we can bring that out a little bit sooner for you guys, so it's not 3 weeks behind and it's old news.
Yeah. There's something that I obviously want to push and promote to you guys as well, is because we see a lot of you on YouTube, we see a lot of you on Twitter and Instagram, we see you getting involved, liking, commenting, sharing, all of these things, which is really, really good. But there's one thing that I would like you all to do. Now, in the comment section below is our Discord link. Now, if you haven't got Discord, you can get it on your phone. It's absolutely free. It's going to cost you nothing. And no, this video is not sponsored by Discord. All you need to do is download Discord on your phone, your computer, whatever is relevant for you, and follow that link. And what it will do is it will take you into the What This Time podcast Discord, where you, as a member of our community, can post comments about how you feel about a certain episode. You can put suggestions towards new episodes, and you can also apply to be a guest on the episode if you would like to be. Everything is on the Discord for you to have a look at, discuss, put questions forward, put your topics forward, and also discuss with other members of the community. So if you have a view on something that we've spoke about, maybe not in this episode, or maybe in this episode, you want to start a podcast yourself, you want to ask us a couple of questions about what we did to start with and some of the things that we had to overcome when we first started the podcast, please pop them in there. We'll give you any information that we've used to help us. And if there's anything that we could potentially learn from you as well, pop them in there. You'll speak to people in there. Everybody will come back to you. Everyone's nice and polite. You've got the time to talk to people, and also you can meet new friends as well. If you want to obviously join the community, it's a good way to do it, and it's a good way to get involved with the podcast, and it's a good way to tell us of what you want to do and what you want to see in the future.
Yeah, I think there's also sections in there where you can post memes. I think there's a music one where you can, I don't know, post songs that you like, that you want us to listen to. We can't obviously play them on YouTube, but we can listen to them, we can rate them, we can review them, we can tell you what we think of them without actually playing it. Or we can play them on the lives. There's just something in the Discord for everyone. It's a good place to be. And we have some mods in there that are really good. So, you know, they don't take any shit. It's open for debate. That's the point of it. So you can go in there, you can debate topics with people, as long as you're not being offensive, you're not being mean to anyone.
Nothing
we
personal.
do have mods in there who will look after you guys, as well as myself and Wes, who will do that as well.
Yeah.
So you can debate openly, and we're very open to different views, even if they're not necessarily what we agree with.
No, everyone's allowed.
We're open to hearing them. Yeah.
Yeah. But just nothing personal.
Yeah, nothing too personal. Obviously, nothing that's like targeted at one person, things like that. So it's a safe place. There's myself and Wes who will keep an eye on it. We've got some really good moderators there. So yeah, it's a good place.
And it's a
You
good
should do that.
community. Yeah, it's a good community overall. So that's just a little bit of an insight to obviously what we do and what this podcast is all about, and how we've built it, how it's become what it is today, and how it's a little bit different from every other podcast that's out there. I don't really see a podcast like ours. That's a little bit different. We're a bit like the weird ones. Everyone's kind of got a podcast to something. Whereas
yeah, you see them
is
about like gardening or about baseball or about something. Whereas ours is just Ellie and Wes talk shit for an hour and a half.
pretty much. I think our go-to is like a good Reddit episode. We love Reddit here. We think it's hilarious.
So good.
We love looking at stuff which is going to make people laugh. That's what we like. We love taking the piss.
I think we need to do another TikTok episode soon.
Yes.
That one went down really well. And I know both of us really enjoyed it. We loved doing that.
It was
the
a fun
editing
episode.
took the
Pain in the
piss.
arse.
However, I have to say, I think that was my favourite one to edit. Although it took probably 3 times as long as the normal episodes.
If not longer.
I had such a good time editing that. Because every time I'd see the TikTok again, even though I've already seen it, I was laughing. Like, I loved it. I thought it was great.
That's a good episode. I really enjoyed them ones. They are really fun to do.
A question for you and for the viewers. So by the end of this year, I want to ask you guys, what do you hope to have seen from us in this year? Whether it's something that we change, whether it's something we talk about, what do you guys kind of hope to see by this time next year or the end of the year? And Wes, same to you. What do you hope for the podcast for this year?
Definitely got to be merch. 100%. It's got to be merchandise, hasn't it? Everyone wants a What This Time Wes and Ellie t-shirt. Everyone wants one. Everyone wants one, or a hat. Everyone wants it. That's definitely, or a mouse pad. Wow. Everyone would love that.
Yeah.
That one would be great.
I think, so someone's actually messaged me before and just put merch when. And I was like, well, and I think I mentioned it to you, it was a while ago. I think it's something that I think I'd love to do.
Yep.
But until, obviously you have to spend a lot of money to make it.
Just cost a lot of
Until we
money.
get enough people that want that, it's not something we could realistically do right now. However, if you guys would want a beanie or a t-shirt, maybe our next giveaway, we can do something like that. See if people are interested in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We give away some merch.
There is a few ways that
And
I
maybe
know
we'll
that
open
we
a little
could
store.
potentially do it. But I think merch is definitely a good one for the year to get up and running, because I think a lot of people would like that.
A t-shirt or a beanie hat would be so cool.
See?
I want one.
I'd love a hoodie. But everyone would like that little bit of merchandise, to go with the What This Time podcast. And I think, to be fair, a lot of people who watch it and who I speak to would actually wear it as well. So it'd be there, like, for lounging around the house, nipping out somewhere, t-shirts,
Night out at the club, get a
hats.
What This Time dress.
Damn straight. You want to dress like Ellie. You want to be cool as shit.
If you want to dress like Ellie, you go into Primark and you head straight to the men's section. That's what I do. I think for me, one thing I'd love to see, and I know we've spoken about this quite a bit,
yes,
is at least one episode where we record in the same location and we have a proper setup.
Yep.
We do a proper podcast setup where we're in person. I'd love to be able to do that all the time going forward, but because of a lot of different reasons, we can't do that. We live very far apart. It's buying all new equipment to be able to do it.
It is.
It's not the easiest thing, but I think that's something that I would love to do and at least try out at some point this year. And I know that we have an idea in mind.
Yeah, we do.
Of something that we may be trying later on in the year.
Later on in the year.
I think that's something I'd love to see by the end of this year, either a way that we can do that quite often or a way that we can do that all the time going forward.
Yeah.
That would be my hope for the end of this year.
I think it's definitely going to be something which would be really good. If the podcast blew up massively and it was financially able to do so, 100% would have a location of where we can film podcasts.
So there you go, guys. Share us, tell your friends about us, tell your family, and then maybe one day you'll be able to see me and Wes in person, where we can play games together. We can play drinking games.
Drinking games.
I feel like that opens us up to so many different things that we can do.
Yep, I agree.
I think another idea that we've kind of talked about, but again, we can't really do right now, is videos on the go, videos out and about. Videos like almost interviewing the public or playing little games with the public. Videos where we go to different places and film in different locations. I think that's something that we both really want to do. We need to figure out how we could do it.
Yep.
But I think by the end of this year, we will 100% have done at least one of them.
We will. 100%. So everyone needs to stay tuned. Everyone needs to keep looking. Everyone needs to be on the ball and keep your ears tabbed for what we've got available for you, because it is going to pop off. And we are going to make sure that we're putting the effort in, and we're going to continue to put the effort in to make sure that it's as not only successful for us, but also something that everyone can enjoy and have a laugh about. And when they're on the way home from work, they can listen to a new episode and they think it's fun. That's what we want. That's the aim. That's the game. That's the game. Nice oasis you got there.
Thank you.
That just appeared out of nowhere. One scene cut to another.
My juice is empty.
So, moving on swiftly from all the podcast talk. Slowly but surely.
I wanted to mention this animal theory to you.
Okay.
So I saw it on TikTok. It's from a TV show called Question Everything Australia, I believe. There's this guy, Blake Freeman, and he comes on and he's like, there's too many animals. Not like population, but...
species.
Yeah, like types of animals, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've heard about it briefly.
Okay, so he basically says all animals can fit into 4 categories, and there only needs to be 4 species
Okay.
or 4 types of animal, and that is cats, dogs, bugs, and water.
Okay.
Every animal can come under those categories. And do you know what? I think he's got a point.
Okay. Let's play this then. Let's do
okay.
this. You, then
So
me, then
cats,
you, then me,
dogs.
then you, then me. Yeah?
Yeah.
So
okay.
we'll throw
Cats,
one out.
dogs, bugs, and water.
Do you want to go first
So
or
give me
me?
an animal.
Elephant.
That's a dog.
You've
4
gone.
legs. It's 4 legs. It's bigger, so it can't be a cat. It's not water, and it's not a bug.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a hard one next time.
What would you say, like a guinea pig?
Guinea pig, bug.
Yeah, I'd say bug.
Say bug.
Got
It's a
those big
rodent,
beady
isn't
eyes.
it? It's,
Yeah.
like natural every day. It's a rodent, so you'd probably put it in the bug category. I'd assume. Going to give you one now.
Okay.
An eagle.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew this one would be hard.
I think I'd say bug. They've got a face like a bug.
I think there needs to be one more category. I think he's missing a category.
What category would it be?
Because he said water, needs to say air.
No, because then that's just birds, which I think most birds would come under bug. Like a pigeon is a bug. Something like a parrot, I'd say, is a cat.
We'll come back to that then. Okay. Yeah, no, because you're starting to name stuff now. It's cheating.
Oh, okay.
So I said eagle. Then you said
Okay, I'm going to
bug.
give you a slightly more difficult one.
Okay.
A monkey. Obviously, there's different types of like monkeys and apes
Yeah,
and gorillas.
all
and
monkeys.
all of that.
All monkeys would go in one category. Dog.
Why dog?
Because the man's best friend.
Oh, okay.
They're very...
Even like that little one that sits on your shop, like the marmoset, is that what they're called?
Yeah, you can have one of them
See,
as a
I'd say
house
that
pet.
one's a cat.
No. No. They're all dogs. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Because
Do you see why this theory works, though?
I can see how it works because you put it into a certain category. But
There only needs to be 4 types.
I see dogs as loving, caring creatures. Cats are aggressive creatures. Bugs are annoying. And water speaks for itself. So if you said something like crocodile, where would you put it?
Ooh. Now, I think, so water has got to be the obvious one for that. But they also come out on land.
Alligator's the one in the water.
What, completely in the water?
Yep.
Well, then that's got to be water then. A crocodile, I'd say dog. Because dogs go in water and swim, but they come out as well.
Yeah, but they're not as aggressive.
More of a dog.
I reckon the cats.
Cats?
Yeah.
Why a cat?
Cats are nasty little scratchers and biters, and
Not all of them. We had some nice cats back in the day.
whereas I'd put dogs in family friendly, whereas I'd put cats in not. Cats just want to destroy everything.
I think there's pros and against on both of them. But I know what you mean. Like, cats would happily just sit and watch the world burn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. When you think of evil and good, you know, if you had to put them into categories, you'd put cats in evil and you'd put dogs in good.
Most of the time, not all of the time.
90% of the time. Unless the things that happen, which happens with any animal if it's provoked, which I think is beside the thing.
There's some dog. Well, there's a dog that I know that's an absolute dickhead. Right, I love dogs.
But is he a dickhead to his owner?
He's a dickhead to everyone. He's an absolute dick. Right.
Bougie lifestyle.
Like that dog, I'd put in the cat category.
That's my point. You'd put it in the cat category. You'd put it in the cat category.
Yeah, but then there's some cats that I put in the dog category.
Okay. Kangaroo.
Mm, I'd say that's a dog. I know they can be very aggressive, but I'd say that's a dog.
I think I'd agree with you. I think I'd put them in dog as well.
Okay, where would you put a snake?
Bug.
I'm struggling between bug and cat.
I think because they live like bugs, it gives you an easy throwaway to put them in bug. Do you know what I mean? They live in
Yeah.
very similar circumstances to bugs. So I'd put that in the bug category.
I think that's kind of like a giant worm as well.
That's what I mean. With teeth.
Yeah, maybe.
Big teeth. They want to kill you.
Some of them you can pet them and they're quite sweet, which is why I'm like, maybe they're a cat. Maybe it just depends on the snake.
Okay. What about a bearded dragon?
Ooh. So I'm not a fan of these, but I know a lot of people have them as pets.
They do.
And because of that, and because of how I know people are with them and they are with people, I'm going to have to say cat.
I'd put them in cats as well. Because I feel like they are a bit like cats. You can have them as pets, but you can't treat them like a dog. Got to treat them like a cat. You can only like be with them sometimes, not all the time. Whereas you could be with a dog all the time.
I just feel like this theory works. Like, he was talking some sense. If you guys haven't seen the video, I'll put a link to it in the description. Well, a link to the TikTok that I saw. Watch it, because it just makes sense. Like, there's no need for all these different types of animal. Like, arachnids, that just means spiders. Like, just say spiders, but also they're bugs.
For someone
there's
who
no need
is,
for all these different categories.
Who has arachnophobia, I absolutely detest spiders. Detest. I'm terrified of them. Absolutely terrified. Only thing that I am truly scared of in my life. Other than that, fine. Not bothered about snakes, lizards, cockroaches, none of that stuff.
See, I think spiders I'm okay with to an extent. If I can see it, so like if I go to bed at night and there's one on my ceiling or crawling around on my wall, it's fine. When I can't see it anymore, that's when it becomes a problem.
Nah.
Like, I had one on my ceiling once and I tried to get it with a piece of paper to put it out the window. So I tried to like scoop it off the ceiling and it fell on my bed. So I went and slept on the sofa with no quilt cover, no pillow, nothing. Because that spider was somewhere on my bed and I did not like the thought of that. Not knowing where they are, that's the problem.
Sneaky bastards, them.
And I've got a black carpet as well. So if I drop one on my way to the window or whatever, instant problem. Okay. I can't see it.
Right, I've got a thing for you. Bit of a weird discussion, depending on why people take it. Is it okay to kill spiders?
I don't think it's okay to kill anything, but I understand why people do.
But you wouldn't bat an eyelid twice if someone was to kill a fly.
No, again, I don't think it's okay to kill anything. I think if you don't want something in your room, you should just try and get it out. Like, little guy's just living his life, you know. Don't need to die for it. But I get why people do, because they're annoying, they're very difficult to catch sometimes. It's easier to just get a shoe and gone. If you're scared of spiders, you don't want one in your room, I get why people do it. For me, like, if there's a spider that's a bit big or it's moving a lot and I don't really want to go near it to try and catch it myself, I'll get my dad to do it. But if he comes in with a shoe, I'm like, no, you go get a glass, my guy. Like, you gotta at least try and just put it outside, right?
And some of them are massive.
It's like, we had a rat, right? So our next door neighbours, my mum tells her all the time. So they're lovely people, like, we get on really well with them. So my mum's not being a horrible neighbour and nagging her. But she makes food outside in the summer. And then there's just like bits left out there. And she was like, you're going to attract rats and all this. And anyway, a couple of years ago, we had a rat that was like, we saw it run across the patio of our garden from theirs into one of the hedges. And we was like, I didn't know this was going to happen. And she bought like rat traps and like, you know, the glue ones and whatever. And I was like, no, like it's cruel. Like I know I don't want him in the garden either. And in the
Them
summer,
glue ones are mad.
my mum was lay on a sunbed, right? And the rat jumped up and ran over her foot. And I did
Nah.
not dare go and lay on the sunbed for the entire summer. I was like, nah, 'cause if that happens to me, I will die. Like I will simply pass away. Okay. So,
and the soul just leaves your body.
but I didn't want her to kill it. So I was like, why can't you just catch it? Not in like a trap or anything that's going to hurt it. Just catch it and then take it out. Like there's loads of farmland not far from where I am. Because I was like, just catch it and move it. And she's like, no, because it'll come back. I'm like, not from all the way up there, it won't. It won't find its way back. It'll go somewhere else. It'll be someone else's problem. Put it up on the farms. It'll be fine. But no. But then it stopped coming round. She swears to me she didn't put the trap down. She didn't put the glue one down because I think my dad bought that and she was like, no, that one is evil.
No.
Oh. And then I think they put the trap like, because we have our tumble dryer in the shed.
Yeah.
So obviously the door's open quite a bit in the day. And there was one day she went in the shed to get something, it was in there, and it like ran out past her and scared the crap out of her. So they put the trap in there.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, they never actually caught it. It just went away. Whether they're lying to me because they know I'd tell them off, I don't know. But I know they didn't use the glue one because that's still unopened in the shed, like on the side.
The glue one's evil, man.
The
glue one. Have you seen the glue ones?
Yeah, they get stuck to it until they eventually like die of starvation.
Yeah, he's proper mad. It's like a little pad you put on the floor, literally a pad you put on the floor, and they put them outside where they're living. So like outside like a little thingy. Then they like run out to try and get some food or whatever. They just get stuck to it. They pull themselves off, and then they try and gnaw them like the glue away from their feet, and then the face gets stuck to it as well. They just get fully stuck to it. That's it. Can't get away.
That's horrible. Can you imagine just popping out your house to nip to Tesco and you just stuck to your doorstep and you can't move and you die? All you wanted was some food.
Okay.
That's horrible.
Okay then.
I don't see the point in killing a living thing. Like,
unless it's for bacon. Because then Ellie's all over that.
No, do you know what's really bad of me though? Because when I say this and people are like, oh, we can eat meat. And I know this is really bad of me to even admit to this, but here you go, we're all friends here. So, you know, whenever I'm eating meat, I don't think of it as meat. Like, I won't bite into a burger and go, oh, this was a cow once. Like, I just don't think of it. If someone points it out to me, so there was one time I was eating a Mackey's breakfast, right? And you know I love a Mackey's breakfast.
More than anyone I know.
And I was eating that, and someone said something, I just thought, like, oh my God, like, imagine if the pig or whatever it is just had, like, eczema, and I'm eating that eczema. Like, it put me off, and I didn't eat it. I chucked it in the bin, and I didn't have one for, like, 4 weeks. Because the second I relate it to being a living thing, and it's actual like skin and meat and just stuff from an animal, it puts me off.
So when you say like an egg is an unborn fetus of a chicken,
I don't eat egg.
Do you not have egg on your sausage and egg McMuffin?
I take it off.
Yeah.
I have like one bite of it, so I can be like, oh, you know, I'm so edgy and I eat egg now, but I just have one bite and then I peel it off.
Fair enough. The egg from McDonald's.
But what really pisses me off is, you know, when they put the cheese on the wrong way. So it's actually on the egg, not under the sausage. So it should be between the bread and the sausage. But sometimes they put it in the wrong place. And then the egg gets stuck to the cheese, and then I can't take it off properly. Ugh. If you work in McDonald's and you've ever done that, sort your life out.
Fifth world problems.
Don't put the cheese in the wrong place.
These are the problems that you have in the fifth world. You know what I mean?
Cheese in the wrong place, bro.
Cheese in the wrong place on the McMuffin. There we are.
Oh well.
So we now know Ellie's issues with McDonald's breakfast. What a flipping interesting episode this has been. Speaking about how the podcast was created, then talking about why animals should be in 4 categories, and now talking about the fact that because animals are in 4 categories, we are technically eating dogs.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of it like that. Ooh. Although, would a pig be a cat or a dog?
Dog. You've seen them little baby pigs. They're dead cute. Little micro pigs. They're like little dogs.
Well, I feel like because they're smaller than a lot of other four-legged animals that I would put in the dog category, part of me wants to go cat, but because they're more outdoorsy than cats are.
If that pig could be inside, it'd be inside. I reckon pig's a proper dog. I reckon you could walk a pig. A pig would be sick as a dog. One of them little micro pigs. Come on, piglet, let's go out.
I remember when I was a kid and I always wanted a piglet. Not an animal, the pig, like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh.
Wow.
I thought it was real and I really wanted one.
You really wanted a piglet?
Yeah, and then I got a stuffed toy of one and I was like, it's not the same.
This is not what I ordered.
Like, it doesn't walk, it doesn't talk. Like, what do you want me to do with this?
You vermin. How dare you
he
get
was
me
really
on
cute,
that
though.
one?
Was Piglet a boy or a girl? Well, whatever it was.
I think it was a girl.
It was really cute because it had a little raincoat on it. A little pink raincoat and a hat, and it was really cute. But it didn't walk and it didn't talk, so it was not what I wanted.
Isn't it the reality really hits you hard when you thought you was Tigger, but you're actually not?
Oh, I'm definitely Tigger.
You think you're Tigger, but you're not Tigger.
What am I? Well, to be fair, I'm kind of a mix between Tigger and Eeyore.
Everyone's Eeyore.
I am a little bit.
Adults are Eeyore, children are Tiggers. Old people are Pooh. Fact.
Out of context, that sounds really bad.
Winnie the Pooh. It's true, because everybody's dead giddy and dead good to go up until probably the age of 20. Then from 20 to 40, you are on 100% Eeyore. It's like, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Oh,
no, see,
life.
I'd say...
And then when you get to 40 plus, you turn into Winnie the Pooh, the slightly wiser, more relaxed, high-looking motherfucker. Who's
what age do you have to be Owl?
That's like 60 plus. And Rabbit.
Well, I'd say I'm Eeyore in the morning and through most of the day, but by evening, I'm definitely a Tigger.
So you know, it's hard to be a Tigger all the time. Can't be Tigger all the time. I think Tigger behind closed doors is actually like Eeyore.
Maybe.
That's just the way that life is. Life is a bit like that. Winnie the Pooh explains it perfectly. It shows what you are and what you become. But yeah, you turn into Winnie the Pooh and then eventually you turn into Owl or Rabbit at the end. But they're your life stages. Because I think everybody has that like little depression moment where you are Eeyore 100%. You're never really Piglet. And you're never really Roo either. Because maybe when you're a kid.
I don't know, when you're younger.
Yeah, maybe. And then you develop into Tigger. Then you turn into Eeyore.
So not only have we classified animals into 4 categories, we've also classified humans into Winnie the Pooh characters.
Damn straight we have.
What other podcast out there gives you this sort of content?
Thank you. Well, on that note, we come to the end of another fantastic episode of What This Time podcast. As we said before, click the description below. Has access to the TikTok, has access to the Instagram, has access to Twitter, now commonly known as X, and also the Discord, which we'd like you all to join. But please use the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, put the notification bell on. Get in touch. Ellie, is there anything else left to say?
No, just like you said, join the Discord, make sure you're there, get involved in the chats that happen there. Yeah, if you enjoy what we do here, please do share it with friends, family, anyone you think might enjoy it. Give them the link to Discord. And yeah, we will see you in the next one.
In a bizzle.